Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Tahir Moore.
And I'm Patrick Cloud.
And this is another episode of Damn Internet. You scary.
You scary. What it do? How's your weekend, man?
Weekend was good. Actually, you know what? I just said that just out of like how we normally just answer questions like that. My weekend was actually pretty messed up from a health standpoint. Like I've had just the worst stomach ache ever.
Yikes.
And I don't know what it was. I had some barbecue from this one place. I don't know if it was that, but that was the only thing that I did out of my normal was that barbecue. And yeah, man, like to this
barbecue
right
was
now,
out of your normal?
I mean, like out of my normal diet. I don't eat barbecue like every week.
Yeah.
I mean, I had breakfast from Starbucks, the little egg bites. Them shits are so fire. And I had that the day before that. So it's like, I don't think it was that. So I don't know what else it could have been. So
you think it was like food poisoning or COVID?
No, it definitely was food poisoning. I didn't have any other symptoms. Like it wasn't like I didn't have a fever. I wasn't short of breath or anything like that. It was literally just bad stomach. And I knew it was like my stomach because the gas was so bad. It was like my back was hurting, but like across my lower back, like it was just tight. But nothing helped. Nothing helped at all. It was just very painful.
I hate stomach aches. That's miserable.
Man, stomach aches would take the strongest guy out. Like it had me saying my tummy hurts. You know how much pain you have to be when you say my tummy hurts. Man, I was out of it.
You start saying all types.
But it's
all
the worst, man.
It's all cleared up.
Yeah, man. I'm probably like 60-75% out of the woods right now. But yeah,
must be something going around. My dog has been throwing up a lot. So he's been having some stomach issues too. I know that's different, but
little bit.
Two stomach issues. Jamirical said it might be period cramps. Did you ever think of that?
No, I did not. Jamirical, I did not think of that. Thank you for that. I will definitely look into that and follow
some
up.
Chocolate, maybe a heated blanket.
Yeah, I'll follow up with my primary care doctor because it has been a while. So,
all right, what genre do you guys got for us since you guys got the jokes in the chat?
Jamirical, what genre?
Jamirical.
Everybody's saying Port Hazel, but I didn't get one Port to hear yet. ain't that a big...
Hey, man.
They give a shit about your boy.
Hey.
Y'all ain't shit for that. I just want to let y'all know y'all ain't shit for that.
Shout out to Hazel. Shout out to everyone whose first live it is. We got suggestions of groove. We got suggestions of reggae.
Let's see.
We got neo soul, R&B,
reggae again.
Let's do reggae.
Reggae?
Yeah.
All right. I just did a reggae video on Instagram. I'm with it.
There you go. You're all warmed up.
It was dance hall though. So. All right.
Still don't really know the difference.
I feel like reggae is more like melodic, like Bob Marley type.
And dance hall is what, like Elephant Man?
Yeah, Beanie Man.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Like that's dance hall.
There. A fart snare.
You doing music? You doing the words for this?
What did I do last time?
You did music last time, I think.
Okay, I'll do the words.
Okay. All right, here we go.
All right.
Boom, 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 boom.
Shaman, it's your boys on the scary side of the internet, man. And we here with the ganja and the bananas and the coconuts. Let's go. Hey, the other day, I was in the grocery way. I was looking at the dairy, reminded myself internet is scary. Oh, I need some cheese. I need a new weed. I smoking the weed. Your girl, is she patting the weed? Hey, it's scary. I don't know about Mary. I don't know about Sherry. I don't know about Terry. And the beat come back. Hey, all these girls, all in my air. And it is scared. My hair. I like it. I like how the beat does all the crazy stuff, but it's like the artist doesn't hear it, and then just keep going. It's like, he's just doing this thing.
It's always usually post when they do it. The DJ be like, oh, dude, I showed him on They be so hype in the clubs, bro. The DJs be so hype,
but
bro.
the artist is never like, hey, man, where do I go in? They're just like, hey, that's
Where
just
do
what
I
he's
go
doing.
in?
That's just what he does. He had full stroke on the mic.
Oh, snap, bro. That's so ridiculous. Good times.
That was fun. All right, let's. I like the beat. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I have a question that went viral. Kiki Palmer posed this question.
I like her.
I like Kiki too.
She's a lot of fun.
She's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. 2 choices.
Oh, snap.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about doing this for verses. That's what I forgot to put in there. I meant to do that for the verses. Yeah, but go ahead.
That would be a good. We can run it back for the verses.
Absolutely run it back.
Would you rather get $1 billion and live, or heal every issue in the world from cancer to racism to sexism by giving up your life? Which one would you choose? $1 billion and you here with all these problems, or you can heal everything. You just have to die.
That's such a
tough.
Hard question right out the gate, because it takes a very selfless person to even consider the latter.
Right.
Because it's like, man, I just got out of college, bro. I ain't trying to die right. How much time do I have to decide? Can I get back to y'all in 10, 15, 20 years, or I got to make a decision right now?
God, it sucks because one of those by itself would be crazy. If you could just heal cancer, and just that would be enough. Yeah. But then it's there's a lot of racism and sexism. You got everybody.
Colorism.
That's almost everybody.
Yeah.
That's rough. But you out of here. You don't even get to see it.
You don't get to see it. You don't even get to participate in the world you help make a better place by forfeiting your life.
Right. Also, do they know? Are there would there be some statues?
Yeah, some statues to your. You fuck the statues. I need a holiday, bro.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need
need if I ended all of that, I need about a week minimum. You understand me?
You need You low key need a Jesus level story. No blasphemy, but that's if you solve 3 of those things, I would think you would be sort of up there.
I need either a week long event of ceremonies, or I need a holiday every month. Every month, it's Tahir Day, and you get to go out and do something nice for people, but you don't have to go to work. Once a month, just go out and do something philanthropic.
Just choose a different word, man. That was one of those things that you Google, and Google is did you mean Phil Spector? Did you mean philosophy?
It's philanthropy is what I was trying to.
Philanthropy.
That's the word, but the derivative of it
philanthropic?
Is philanthropic. Yeah.
I don't even know if that's right.
I feel like
I just kind of pieced that together.
Yeah, I feel like there's that.
Phew. Philanthropic. Hippie goals, that didn't help.
Philanthropic. Yeah, philanthropic. Yes, that's it.
I don't know.
Yes, but you got to do that every month. Philanthropic. That's what it is. I know I've said it.
I forgot what you were saying. That's how crazy that word was.
Anyway, I need that. I need that at least the 1 week full of events in my honor, or and it's not even for self-serving purposes. It's not let's not ever forget to hear. It's more let's not ever forget that one person died so we could live a better life.
Right.
And let's remember that every year to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do so that this person doesn't die in vain. It wouldn't even need to be necessarily dedicated to me, but my family better be rich for fucking ever. Rich forever and never have to pay taxes.
That's not part of it, though.
Oh, well, guess what? I'm gonna be
but at least no one's going to be racist or sexist to them.
My family ain't rich. I ain't got to pay taxes. I'm coming back, my nigga. I got to have the doctor on standby.
Oh, that's so rough. Because getting $1 billion, you could try to help as many things as you can, but you ain't gonna solve cancer or racism with $1 billion. And also, how long? How long is it? Forever? What about yin and yang? You know, you need evil for there to be good. Is just everybody gonna be bored looking at each other? No issues. Everybody's just kind of like getting along. I guess that's good.
Yeah, I mean that is good. There's
Peace
nothing
is
wrong
boring.
with that.
Yeah. I would pick the second one. However, I would need like you said, I need the works. I need to know that I like Bible DLC. I want you to add a book. There needs to be after the last one. After the last one.
The last one is Revelations.
Revelations. Wow.
That's when the world
I'm so
ends.
sorry.
That's when they come back.
Yeah, I completely blanked on that.
I mean, it's okay. I messed up philanthropic.
Book of Revelations.
Philanthropic.
Book of Cloud. I want pictures.
You want a book really added to the Bible?
I want a book added to the Bible because I don't think that's blasphemous. If you solve all three of those things, you did quite a bit. Probably more than some people that got shout outs in the Bible.
I don't think they're gonna give you the Bible joint right there.
For ending cancer and racism and sexism forever.
I hear what you're saying, bro.
I feel like I would deserve a book of the Bible with modern language and pictures. It'd be so fun. It'd be the King Cloud version edition.
Okay. All right. You
I think that's fair.
You put the link in Discord, or did you put it in Patreon? Because people are saying that they don't see the link.
Oh, I put it in Patreon.
Yeah, they're saying that they don't see it in Patreon. I don't know. You guys,
how'd they get here? There's people in here.
I don't know. I have no.
That always happens.
idea.
The one person who can't get in is like, we can't get in. I'll put it again.
All right.
I just put the link in the comments for you guys, but my bad if you could not get in.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Oof.
I think you gotta.
I would do it, but you gotta give me a year first. Let me get it. Let me settle all my affairs. Let me spend some time with the family. Let me drive a Ferrari. Crash.
But what about all the people who die of cancer and racism and sexism within that year?
I hear what you're saying, but my family, they just got to give me up right there in that moment. I don't get no goodbye time with them.
You might be able to. You should be able to.
Yeah, let me close that. Let me settle some affairs first, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
I don't know.
I want to die doing something I love, though. I want to die like driving a Lamborghini off a cliff.
Do you love driving Lamborghinis off of cliffs?
I like sports cars, so I would like to do that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I don't want to know how it's gonna happen. I want to know if it's gonna be the Lamborghini that explodes. I want to know if I drive it off a cliff, I'm able to open up the door, pull the string on the parachute, but the
That's
parachute
a bad death.
I need like 3 different options with it.
That only looks good from exterior, from the outside.
Yeah, but
on the inside, you literally are crashing into your windshield to death.
Listen, man. Here's the thing. They were like, "Yo, he went out like a badass, and then he saved the fucking world."
But if your car blows up, it's not like just pieces of Tahir fly everywhere. You would burn to death. That's a horrible way to go. That's not cool unless you're in an action movie watching it. And it
okay, well, how about this? How about I drink some poison and it activates like an hour after, right? So I get to do a couple things right beforehand, drive the Lamborghini, go skydiving, and whether it happens while I'm skydiving or something like that, like that's how it is. But I want to be doing something kick-ass when it happens. I don't want to just be like just resting peacefully, like, and go out like that. Nah, man. I want to go out.
You want to go out peacefully?
I don't want to. Nah, man. If you know it's finna happen, bro, I'm facing death head on. I'm giving him the eyebrow and all of them. What's up, motherfucker? I'm going out like a gangster.
I want a firing squad.
A firing squad?
Yeah, I think that'd be tight.
You take a firing squad over like jumping out of a plane and the parachute don't open or something like that?
Yeah, because that's scary. But like, firing squad, first of all, viral.
You don't think that the jumping out of the plane without the parachute is gonna go viral? I'm gonna have the GoPro on too.
That's scary.
Woo!
That's a scary last minute, but like they always put like a little cigarette. I'd ask for a joint. You got the hands behind your back, and then if you put that hoe in slow motion, that'd be hard.
Hippie Go said they should throw you in the ocean for your last moments.
Woo! I thought this was my choice.
Pat would die on the way to the drop-off point in the ocean. He would have a panic attack. Anxiety would kick in.
I'm so scared of the ocean. I don't know why I did this, but when I was younger, I went parasailing, and that's when they hook you up to the back of the boat, and you have like a parachute, and the boat. They did this thing where they would slow down so that you kind of like dipped into the ocean.
Yeah.
And it was fun for everybody but me. I was cussing because in my mind, there's a shark in every square foot of the ocean. So every time I was about to dip, I was just picturing.
That's a very crowded ocean.
And that was just dipping into it. So if you guys just threw me in the ocean, I think I would die.
That is a very, very crowded ocean. If that was the case, and sharks were like every 6 feet in the ocean.
It's in my mind. Like, have you ever just seen a camera dip under the ocean and then it's just all dark all of a sudden?
You just hear that?
And the sharks aren't even the worst things in there. That's the worst. Oh, okay, I could talk about this.
I would want to fight a shark or like
to death.
Yeah, like just square up with a shark. I don't know. I would want to do something exciting.
Now we're just more into the dying part than the healing part. Now
I'm
we just want to die.
I'm not going to be there to experience any of it. So I want to go out like a game. Like, put me in a cage, like where the sharks are, and as they come up, I might like stick an arm out and sock a shark. Like, how dope would that be? You like before he died, he socked out 3 great whites.
And the sharks are like, he requested this before he died? He just came all the way out here to sock us? That's so weird.
Sock their ass out, bro. Stick
so
my arm through that cage. It'd be slow. It'd be like, they come back in. I try to do it again. Another one bite my arm off. Like, fuck. I'm dead anyway, nigga. Goof ass.
So you are saving the world.
Yes.
Okay. That's a notable answer. I think I'm saving the world too. Because even if I was a billionaire, like, oof, every time I saw somebody die of racism or cancer or I'm sure people die of sexism.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would God, that'd feel terrible.
Horrible.
That would be
knowing
terrible.
That you could have prevented it.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to move to a remote island with no TV or radio. That would be the only way that you would be able to sleep. Well, I think a normal person would be able to sleep, but you still would like know it in your heart of hearts that you could have prevented.
It's them sacrifices.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't do it.
So many deaths.
Jesus. That's like if Jesus didn't show up to the Last Supper because he knew and he got cold. Imagine he got cold feet. He's just like,
I got a tummy ache. I'm gonna sit this one out, man.
Is that today?
Judas would be like, yo, where Jesus? Anybody seen Jesus? Judas, calm down. He's not here. Fuck.
He was on the phone with his dad earlier. He got some news and he dipped.
I'm supposed to get some silver today.
Oh. Was that Judas?
Yeah. Sold Jesus off for the silver. Mm-hmm.
And there was the line. there it goes.
All I want to do is just make sure my teeth are good, though. That's my last thing. I want to make sure that I look good.
You want to go out with a good smile?
Yeah, good smile while I'm in the casket, man. And you know, I think that should be fine. That should be fine.
Well, then I think you should sign up for CANDID.
Why?
Well, I mean, if you want your teeth on point, then CANDID got you. Yeah, I mean, you know all the things we'd love to do for ourselves, but haven't done it for whatever reason. Like for me, I've always wanted straighter teeth. My bottom teeth are kind of shifted. You know what I mean? And you know, just like you, I want a better smile. Yeah. So thanks to CANDID, straightening your teeth is simpler, easier, and more comfortable than ever. CANDID clear aligners are comfortable, removable, and practically invisible. So unlike wire braces, you can transform your smile without anybody noticing, just in the hush-hush, ninja smile correction. Plus, your treatment is prescribed and monitored remotely by a licensed orthodontist who's an expert in tooth movement. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's the difference between like a dentist and an orthodontist.
Tooth
movement. That's why orthodontists should be attached to every set of like, you know, invisible braces or anything like that. All right. And CANDID only works with orthodontists, never general dentists like other companies. Plus your supervising orthodontist will be with you every step of the way. And with CANDID, your treatment includes remote monitoring by the same orthodontist who created your plan, so you never have to wonder how you're doing. You'll always know. And I love that. I love knowing that, you know, I'm on the right path and the person that set me on the path and they're doing the check-ins and, you know, nothing is a surprise at that point.
They know the tooth movement.
Yeah,
they know all the tooth movements.
The average CANDID treatment is just 6 months, and you'll start seeing results way before then, and it costs thousands less than braces.
6 months is insane.
It's
I
no
had
time.
braces for 3 years.
Wow.
And it hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, it hurt. So
Okay.
this is the future.
It absolutely is.
It's like the Jetsons. So start straightening your teeth today. Right now, all of our listeners can save $75 on Candid's starter kit. I'm going to say that one more time. You could save $75 on Candid's starter kit. All you got to do is go to candidco.com. That one more time, that's candidco.com and then /DIYS and just use our code DIYS. And you can get 75 of them things knocked off of the starter kit and get your smile going today. So one more time, you're going to go to candidco.com /DIYS, use the code DIYS, and get to smiling. You're
welcome.
Get your smile back.
Everybody get your smile on. Everybody get your smile on. Everybody get your smile on. I didn't realize how many cuss words was in there. I almost.
Yeah, that's it's the Kids Bop version.
Yeah, basically.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did talk about Jesus getting cold feet. That's a great moment. So real quick, there's a video that's hilarious to me. It's also my worst nightmare. There's a guy who looks like a malnutrition Craig Smith who went viral with a video about splitting the bill on a date. So definitely wanted to talk about this because this is quite the interaction. Here it goes.
I'm not joking right now. You came out to eat and you ate $20 worth of food. Okay. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay. Well, you want me to order
did you
not
even
eat? Order dessert.
You ordered the bowl and you ordered the hash browns. And that's $18.75. Look it. $18.75 with taxes. It was $3.86, so I'm just breaking it down, split that up. $3.86, half of that is almost $2. I'm thinking like $1.80 or something like that. So you owe $20.
It doesn't even matter what I order, why I didn't order. What I'm saying, why would I have to pay even half of it when you're here? That's what you're here for.
I'm here. I asked you, did you want to go out to eat with me? I didn't say I was gonna pay.
Oh, okay.
Is that common sense? Do you just go and sit down at restaurants and just figure that they're gonna pay for you?
You just want to be put in the friend zone, right? Not even that. If you know what? Here, whatever. I don't care.
What are you acting all? Why are you acting all weird like that?
I'm not acting weird. Just pay.
No, you got a little stank attitude.
Yes, of course I'm gonna have an attitude.
See, I'm gonna tell you where I was a gentleman at, cause all
right, so essentially, he was. I assume that they were on a date.
Yeah.
He broke down pretty much everything that she got, including tax, and then asked for the money, and then doubled down and said, "I asked you out to eat. I didn't say I was gonna pay."
Yeah.
And then she basically said, "That's what you're here for. You're supposed to do this. So you want to be put in the friend zone." And he was just like, it was a very uncomfortable interaction. But what are the Tahir Moore rules on splitting the bill, and who was wrong? Was he wrong in this situation?
I think it is customary when you invite someone out to eat, someone of the opposite sex, someone that you're interested in, someone that has shown equal interest in you, that you invite them out to eat. You have enough to cover both of you all. I think that's just customary. Because I've had ladies invite me out and they take care of the bill. Like it hasn't happened often, like by any means. But I've had it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, but then I've had people be like, "Hey, we should catch up." And anytime they say catch up, that means that I'm buying. So, because of that, like if I don't feel like that person deserves the amount of money that I'm gonna spend on the food where I want to eat, I'm like, no, I'm kind of busy this week. I can't.
We should catch up implies the other person pays.
I mean, for me, it always implies that I pay.
Okay.
Anytime people hit me up, like when I go back to the crib back in St. Louis, people are like, "Yo, you in town? Yo, we should catch up, man." That always means that I'm paying. Always.
Really? Why?
They think I'm rich.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
Anybody in LA, they think that we're rich, and it's like, bro, I'm not. I'm not rich because I live in LA. So I had to start just being, more strategic with it. Like, oh, I got to do this run, do this, and I'm going to be really busy today. I'm like, I'm not going to probably have time to actually eat something. I'm going to have to do it on the run. Meanwhile, I'm in a restaurant eating. while I'm
Right.
telling them that.
Right.
But yeah, man, I think that, unless that you guys are friends and it has been made very clear that there are, very bold lines of just being friends, then I think it's expected that the guy picks up the check. It's not always right. I get that. It's very much a double standard, but it doesn't apply.
I think it comes down to two things. For me, it comes down to manners and priorities. I think that if you are courting somebody, or even if you're not, even if it's just somebody that you're friends with, or it's just it's just polite to cover, or at least offer to cover them, And then priority wise, it's like, okay, if you are doing all this splitting because of your bank account situation, that makes sense. But it's also like priority wise, I would, if that was the case and you needed to have an uncomfortable moment like this because of your bank situation, I feel like you should be working on that instead of trying to get laid. But then it's like on the manners side of that, even if you do have the money, it's like it's just polite to and I would say, like, a popular defense for that is like, just because you're broke you can't meet somebody or go out on dates. No, it's not. But I think that since to avoid an uncomfortable situation like this, if it really does come down to finances, then it's something that maybe you guys should talk about ahead of time.
Yeah.
So it's not weird. And when because you already bought the food,
Because it's going to get weird.
Yeah. So it's like, it's definitely weird when the food's already eaten and you're looking at the bill. So it's easy conversation. Well, not easy conversation.
That boy started breaking it down, itemized by item,
and then showed her. She said, "Look it." Like, she didn't just eat
it. Yeah, you had the bowl and the hash browns.
Right. Now, with all of that said, I will say that I know for a fact that some women do use dates for free food.
Absolutely.
And
I know a couple of them.
I'd like to think that I've never been this dude. I probably have. But it is a thing. So I think where she was wrong is to be like, automatically, like, you didn't pay, so you want to be in the friend zone, sort of implying that, like, you have to pay for this to be a possibility, and then, like, so I feel like both of them kind of handled it weird, but it just was an overall weird situation that shouldn't have happened.
I know a lot of people that be like, yo, guys want wife privileges, but they don't do husband behavior, and I don't know if they're referring to, like, somebody being faithful, or you guys taking each other out. But I also think, like, I always will say it comes back to communication, man. If you've been up front and be like, hey, listen, I'd love to take you out a couple times, what I'm saying, but my money's not where I want it to be. I'm saving up for this, or I'm getting back on track. That way, she knows that, you put it out there, like, hey, I'm not balling, but when I can take you out, I'll take you out. So at that point, she has the opportunity to say, okay, well, we could just be friends, or she has the opportunity to say, well, I mean, you don't always have to take me out. I can take you out sometimes too. Yeah. Like, that's it. That communication needs to be open like that. And you also need to find somebody that you feel like, if that's what you want out of a relationship, you need to say that. Like, because people won't know. If all she knows is guys taking her out and everything else is foreign, and you get mad at her because she's never taking you out, then that's your fault, because you didn't express that to her. Yeah. Like, you need to know, like, I look at this like a partnership, like we're a team. You know what I'm saying? I help you out, you helping me out. I do for you, you do for me. That type of thing. But that only comes from, like, good communication. Yeah. Because everybody's different. Everybody's dating experience and history is different. So,
And I think that one of the last things that men learn about women, and some men don't know at all, is it doesn't always come down to what's logical. And we don't always, like, logically, like, and I think that's whenever you see situations like this, that's the most stubborn part of it, is like, yeah, dude, like, logically, you're right. Like, you never said that you were going to pay, I guess. Like, technically, if you guys both ate, you guys both should split. But it's like, that's not really the point, because his, like, first of all, it's just nice to do on a date.
Yeah.
But then like the most important thing was like his tone was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like he was chewing her out.
Yeah.
And like this blah 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 blah. So for me, it's just like, even if she was cool with that and let it go, it's like, wouldn't it be weird? The vibe would be super weird.
It would definitely be weird after that. It's like even if I'm out with the homies, like, you know what I'm saying, like, if it's one of those places where like they don't split the bill, all right, somebody will pay for it, and then we'll just cash up and back or Zelle them back. Like,
Yeah.
like, no. Let's just put money, go to the ATM and get money. We'll just all pay with cash because I ain't getting stuck. Like, I don't hang with people that be like that. Like, I've seen people like that.
It's
It's
so
like, bro,
random.
there's no need for that, bro. You know, if you got me this time, I trust and believe I got you the next time.
Yeah.
You know that. Like, it's just off the type of person that I am, but.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
man,
once you bring that energy, the last thing that happens that night is the bill being paid. Because
Yeah.
it's weird to just be like, all right. So what are you trying to do next? It's just like it's just weird. Like you're
go
fucking-
home, get far away from you, motherfucker.
you weird. Yeah. So I mean, that video is just like, ugh. I
always wonder if things are
very
like that
uncomfortable.
are they staged, or if she was just so appalled. She was like, I gotta record this because no one will believe me when I tell them that this motherfucker tried to make me pay for breakfast.
It's hard to believe because there's such a weird style of like video that's out now where people just do stuff and make it look real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you saw that video of the dude who was singing to that girl, and then the dude came out.
Yeah,
like that was
hugging
a
him.
skit. Yeah, that was a skit. But people just, I don't know what they try to get out of it, but people do things like that. Just
go viral.
To like,
It's shock value
just
of
to go
going
viral.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think like how she could have been doing this. Like, I feel like if I was talking to somebody and they were just like this, you would notice. Like,
Right.
what are you doing?
He didn't care at that point. He didn't care about none of that. He was just like, I need your half of the money for the bill. That's it. And we can go our separate ways after that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm wondering, did something happen
Before
during,
that?
Yeah, to make him get like that.
Almost like
that.
he was done with the date. So he
Yeah.
was just like, you know what? You pay for yours and I pay for mine.
Because that's not first time behavior.
Yeah.
If he did something like that, something was said beforehand, a conversation was had or something like that to make him act like that. Because if that was always his mindset, why would she go on a second date with him? And I don't think it was the first. But maybe it was. Maybe it was the first date.
It would have to be.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just a very weird situation. So, yeah. Guy, I mean, well, men and women. I feel like if you... I was just raised as the man pays.
Yeah.
That's just how I was raised. So it's like, it's always weird for me. So...
I bring that up, though, like, 'cause sometimes Farron, like, she always lets me drive. Like, I always drive. It's just kind of a thing. But every now and then, she was like, I drive so you can relax, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like, when she drives, I'm like, nah, don't just drive. Treat me, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, be a gentlewoman all day. Come open my door. And I stand there and wait on the passenger side, one arm scrolled until she come over there, open my door.
Right.
Open my door, right? Let me slide in this joint. Let me put my seatbelt on before you put it in reverse. Don't just be done. Yeah, let me control the music. I take full advantage of all the passenger responsibilities. Absolutely.
And that's good because it seems like you do the other way more. So that's like a break from it. So I like that, you know, like when a woman invites me out and like pays, and it's usually like something that they insist.
Yeah.
Just because like I don't know. It's just always been like a weird thing for me to let somebody pay, even if they, you know, it's a gift.
It is very weird. I'm like, I feel like I have to pay for like the tip, or let me pay for parking or something like that.
Like,
it's
let me
very
help
rare that
somehow,
somebody
yeah.
has really done everything for me, and it's not only rare, but it also feels weird, like to not reach for my wallet, because that's all I know is me paying. So
Yeah.
It's very troubling. It doesn't sit well in my spirit.
Yeah, and I just try, you know, if I don't got it at the time, I would just try to not be in that situation.
I mean, that's the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, listen, man. This is what I say. Dating is very difficult. Communication definitely makes it better. Communication, I feel like, makes everything better. Like, anything you're going through, anything you're dealing with, relationships, friendships, work relationships, I feel like most things can be solved through good communication, but you have to be able to sit down and sometimes remove the ego from the situation. Try not to make it personal. If you need to get something out the way that you really feel like, try not to be accusatory in your lead, but sometimes you just have to get it out. But like communication is essential, man. Like, and I feel like enough people aren't taking advantage of that, and it's not all their fault because some people just weren't raised to communicate like that. Like even with therapy, I'm always telling you, like, I wasn't raised in a place where that was encouraged or it was even appreciated. It wasn't until I got, within the last couple of years that I really started embracing therapy. And a lot of times, like, you don't realize how much stuff you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis until you have somebody that you can talk to unbiasedly. Yeah. And especially with everything going on right now, it's just piling on. If you haven't had somebody to vent to or you haven't had somebody to talk to about this, it's just piling on. And you don't know how close you are to the edge until it happens, unless you talk to somebody. Yeah. So I don't know. Like a lot of people, I feel like, there might be something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals. If that is the case, I would encourage you guys to check out BetterHelp, okay? BetterHelp will assist you in achieving a different level of life. They will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist, and you can start communicating with someone in under 48 hours. That is amazing, right? Okay? It's not a crisis line. It's not a self-help line. It is a professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. Like out in LA, it is just flooded. Like they are overwhelmed. So BetterHelp really takes a lot of the load off of the local therapists and other professionals who already are 5 to 10 patients over their capacity. Right. The services are available for clients worldwide, so it doesn't matter, where you start. You might have to move somewhere. You still have access to it. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get a timely and thoughtful response. Plus, you can schedule weekly videos or phone sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches so that they make it so much so that they make it easy to switch counselors free of charge, which is another great thing. Like sometimes you might not match with the first, second, or even a third person. Right. But the fact that they are recognizing that and they acknowledge it and they're not going to charge you for switching is another great thing, man. So it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. So BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit BetterHelp.com/DIYS and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of experienced professionals. And if you go to BetterHelp.com/DIYS right now, all of our listeners, you guys will get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp.com/DIYS, BetterHelp.com/DIYS, and you will get 10% off your first month. Don't wait on this, okay? Yeah. Don't be like, I'm straight. I'm just going to talk to my cousin. You don't know what your cousin's dealing with. Right. You know what I'm saying? You calling them for, some peace of mind, and they're just adding to their loan because they haven't had somebody to listen to them. Listen, strong friends need strong friends too. All right. So you don't know what they're dealing with. To take some load off of them, check out BetterHelp.com/DIYS and get 10% off your first month.
Boom. All right. So jumping right back into it, we have some weird news coming out of the Jackson family.
When is it not weird news coming from the Jacksons?
Yeah, they haven't had regular news in a while. But apparently, Michael Jackson's cousin is now auctioning off Michael's final IV drip.
The
bag.
Just the empty bag of an IV drip.
It looks like it has some in it. You see, she's carrying it. Her name's Marcia Stewart.
How does she get it?
She's a niece of Michael's late father, Joe Jackson. She says she took Jackson's IV drip, which she claims delivered the dose of propofol that killed him in 2009 from his bedroom after his death. and now is putting it up for sale. She alleges that she spotted the IV bag in the rented Holmby Hills mansion where Jackson died. She says there was a white milk fluid inside it, which is consistent with the propofol and has now dissolved. Marcia says that when she spotted the blood on the IV, she immediately put it into her bag. A message on the auction site reads that Stewart is selling a Braun medical bag that was left over from Jackson's LA Sunset house. It was obtained from Michael Jackson's estate on Sunset after his death, and it is now being sold through memorabilia expert auctions in Las Vegas with a starting price of $2,500. I'm going to say two things. Number one, it's pretty messed up.
That's so fucked up.
That's pretty messed up.
On so many levels.
Number two, that is not Michael Jackson's IV bag. You guys stupid. That is an IV bag with a clever story from a source that could have done it. But that's the weirdest part about being that level of famous, is that you have to worry about people just taking stuff that was associated with you in order to get a weird, I don't know.
Yo, that is beyond crazy to me,
So
dude.
weird.
Like, she was just been sitting on this, holding on to it for this long, just like, yeah,
Since
a couple more
2009.
years. Woo, baby.
She really waited for it to appreciate 11 years. Or she got the IV this year and just got the idea, which I think is way more
believable.
Yeah, because, I mean, number one, if it was Michael Jackson's and he touched it, I'm assuming you wouldn't touch it if you were trying to sell the fact that it was his last thing. You'd use gloves or put it in a bag like evidence. This is someone who's just down bad a little bit.
Man, how do you, like, I get that maybe people need money, right? I get that. But it's like, bro, you are buying into that. You're actually making it worse with this type of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's your cousin? Obviously, her and Michael couldn't have been that close. Couldn't have been.
Oh no, I'd be surprised if they even knew each other, because that's just
the fact
disrespectful.
that they made mention that she's a cousin on Joe's side, like, just as like, yeah, she didn't really know Michael, like
Right.
that, so
Nephew of or niece of Joe Jackson. That's just overall weird story.
That's hella trifling. Is what it is. We're gonna call it what it is. That's hella trifling.
Side note, I didn't pull this up, but you know who Dick Gregory is, right?
Yeah,
that old wise black dude.
Yeah, from St. Louis.
He gave a very, very creepy interview, and I don't know what it is about him. Maybe because he's old and black and wise. I just believe a lot of the stuff that he says.
Yeah.
But he did a sit-down interview about Michael that I saw, and it was really creepy because they were talking about how they killed him,
Mm-hmm.
and how it had nothing to do with Sony because he already had those masters, and he went into some stuff that I had never even heard before, which if it's true, that's terrifying. And
Right.
if it was true, it could easily be written off as like, that's a crazy old man. What he said was Michael, I guess the last time he saw him, grabbed onto him and he felt like he was being held by an animal, and he was saying, they're trying to kill me. And he said that he wasn't, he told a story about how Mike was afraid that everybody around him, people were poisoning him. He said that he hadn't had any water in a few days. So Dick drove him to a hospital, and I guess they spent a full 24 hours pumping him full of fluids, and they said he'd die if he didn't bring him there. And then when he actually did die, because I guess he was just very paranoid in his final weeks,
Mm-hmm.
Dick said that they used a laser that made a hole in his wrist. It's a conspiracy I had never heard in my entire life. He said that they used the laser. So apparently this is something that happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's apparently the easiest and quickest way to get rid of somebody without without a big deal or ruckus. And then I guess the doctor that came in after started trying to find a vein, or I don't know what happened, but they kept poking him filled with syringes. So in the autopsy, that's how that got covered, was because like whatever that laser hole was, was just written off as one of the many holes that he had from syringes. So, obviously when I hear things like that, I'm like, what? But then like the other half of me comes, like the hooded Kermit meme is always is just like, well, I mean, if that was real, it sounds fake. So that was just like a random little mini conspiracy. I suggest you guys look it up. It's Dick Gregory talking about Michael Jackson. He talks about how paranoid Mike was before they did it, the reasons why they did it, and a very interesting story about laser technology that can happen from anywhere.
I've never heard of this laser being used ever before, but I mean, I know that they do use laser for surgery, so I'm not saying that it's not possible. I just never heard of anything like this. And Dick Gregory was very wise, man. He was, a lot of people trusted him for information. They listened to him. He was revered as someone that was, a freedom fighter. And
when did he die?
Let me find out just to make sure.
I thought he was still alive, actually.
No. It was a couple years ago. Dick Gregory. I was glad that I got to see him in person, giving a talk one time. He died August 19, 2017. It's 3 years ago.
Yeah, very, very eerie interview. And, it's like he definitely wasn't clout chasing. He doesn't seem like, what was he trying to get followers or whatever?
Nah, none of that. He didn't care about that.
Very, very interesting. I suggest you look it up. But to keep on the conspiracy train, but just a little bit funnier, did you hear about how the vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris, she named Tupac as the best rapper alive?
Here's the thing, though.
When pandering goes wrong,
she can do that all she wants to. That's her opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to hold weight.
An opinion.
Well, no, she can't name it like in what? She doesn't own Rolling Stones. Like
no. What I'm saying is that she named Tupac as the best rapper alive.
Okay, I missed that.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, gotcha.
It's not an opinion.
I thought she was saying like the best rapper that ever did it or the best rapper that ever lived.
No.
She said it like he's alive right now.
This is when pandering goes wrong. Yes.
Bless her heart.
That is you not really being a part of hip hop at all. This is pretty surface level info. It's not even like, oh, I didn't know Young Thug was part of YSL. No, this is Tupac. So that was a swing and a miss. That's that's rough because you can't come back from that. It's like when that TikTok that girl on TikTok, she did she did this video and she was like, woo, chilly.
Oh, is that a child?
And everybody in the comments was like, wow, you stole that and didn't have any context for it. That means you don't even know anybody who said it or who says it. That was just copy and paste gone wrong.
Copy and paste.
Man,
people be putting stuff out there and wanted to go bad so bad. And it's like remember the white couple, the high school kids, and they were like, how to make niggas, and like they put it in the paper and the thing and pouring water on it and all that.
And they got expelled.
Man, from everything. Everybody was like, just leave us alone. No.
You put it out there.
Take all of this now.
You was ready for the smoke.
You talking big trash. Let's go.
You were ready for the smoke.
Oh, the smoke.
Speaking of Kamala Harris, I just want to do a reminder to vote. You guys, voting is coming up. I have a fun fact that even astronauts can vote from outer space.
Yeah.
They list their address as low Earth orbit on their absentee ballots, but even astronauts can vote.
That's pretty cool to put low Earth orbit on your ballot.
Yeah, I know, right? I just picture them just floating it off. And the vote just goes. No one ever sees it.
That's ridiculous.
But yeah, if you can vote from outer space, you can vote from Earth. So make sure that you.
And you have options too. You can vote online. You can do early voting. I think some places are still letting you vote in public. They just have up, different precautions set in place, so you're not getting too close. But just vote. Like,
yes,
there are people, especially people of color, vote. I know how it feels. Like it's not gonna make a difference and all of that type of stuff. Vote. If for no other reason than you have the right to. You know what I'm saying? Without getting too deep in it, man, people died for this opportunity. I was watching something last night on, I don't know if it was HLN or CNN, one of them, but there's this group out who I think in Florida, because Florida, if you got the felonies, you can't vote. But I think this group is like trying to pay the fines of convicted criminals so they can no longer have their felony on them and they can vote. And it's very difficult because a person might have a warrant in 4 or 5 different counties, and some of the counties are very apt about getting the information to them, and some of them drag their feet, some of them don't care. Well, they messed up, they shouldn't have did it. And so one guy, it was his first time voting since the 90s, and he had finally got a chance to vote, and he voted in the primaries, I think earlier this year. But he was crying because he was like, man, I think about all the people that sacrificed their life, gave up time, had dogs sicked on him, all of that type of stuff, just so he can have that ability to vote. And there are people who've never voted their entire lives before because they had the mentality that it's not going to matter. I get that. I completely get the sentiments of, Trump not winning a popular vote but still being elected president because of the collegiate vote. Electoral college vote. However, vote. Because if you don't vote, you cannot complain about any. You have no leeway to complain about any of the results. You just cannot.
Yeah, except when they don't listen.
Yeah, but you don't have the right to complain about anything because you didn't even take your right seriously and put it in your own hands. So
it's crazy that Trump lost the popular vote, and they were still like, yeah, well, he's still president. I remember that night. I just like, fam.
Me too.
This electoral college middleman needs to go. The fact that it's not us giving a vote and them looking at that vote and being like, okay, well, they said this person is wild. We say, this is who we want. And they're like, cute. But no, I realize that sounds like it's against the message. We still want you to vote.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying it's a very flawed system.
And I get it. Again, I get it. But vote.
Please,
right? Just
please vote. We needs it.
Absolutely. Especially right now, man, with everything going on. Listen, we got to start taking accountability and taking ownership in our future. And one of the best ways to do that is to vote, man. Get out there and do your part, man. And I get it. I know it's difficult. In these times, it's very difficult to even just want to get out of bed some days and get dressed. It's hard to think about getting dressed. I do not feel my best right now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been sick all weekend, a little stomach virus or something. It is just, I don't feel my best. But there's still work to be done. Got to get to it. So you still have the means to do it. You can vote by mail and all of that type of stuff. With everything, you have the means to do it. It's no excuses not to do it. Get up, take a shower, do some jumping jacks, something like that. Fellas, you've been sitting on the couch. You're probably sitting on the couch right now watching this. You got your hand in your drawers or in your sweats and all that. Whatever you got going on. Do some spring cleaning, man. Do some manscaping down there. Yeah. All right? There's no excuse for you to be sitting on the couch, you walking around and your jewels ain't in order, man. There's too many options out there, and the main one is Manscaped. All right, take advantage of Manscaped. They have a slew of products for you to get your life together. Okay, get your crown jewels looking the way they supposed to be looking. All right, the Lawnmower 3.0. All right, it's got a waterproof. All right, it's got the ceramic towel blade. It's got the LED lights so you can reach all the hard to reach spaces. You got all the formulas. You got the crop preserver. You got too many reasons for you to be stinking.
The Shears 2.0 nail kit.
Come on,
get you looking right.
It's sleek too. I used it last night.
Sleek.
You got too many options. Is what I'm trying to say, man. Make sure that you got yourself together. Get your balls in order. I told you I do the two in one. That's when I wash in the shower, and I also shave my balls. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 2-in-1 right there. The water, ball, right? Just shade the balls on up.
3 balls. Okay.
No, just 3. Don't do that. Don't make it weird. Okay, don't make it more weird.
Well, you can use Manscaped to make your package perfect by ordering their perfect package. It comes with 2 free gifts and other liquid formulations to complete your ball trimming routine. And the formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free. It's just not free. You're gonna have to pay for it. But if if you don't want any cruelty or parabens, you good. You good with all the formulas. Just go on use DIYS at manscaped.com. And we will get you 20% off of that order and free shipping. All you got to do is go to manscaped.com and use our code DIYS. If you love your package, all you have to do is go to the site, hit a few buttons on your phone, and it will change your life for the better.
There it is, man. So what you waiting on? Get your hands out your boxes and handle that right now. Shit.
Yeah, get on the balls. Get on the balls. Get on the balls. All right. I want to just do a couple of stories that's just like, what is happening? What on earth is happening? First off, there was a little boy that died in Texas.
Yo, yeah. A couple of you all sent me this article. It was like, yo, y'all got to talk about this on DYS.
All he did was drink from some tap water.
Yeah.
But he contracted a brain-eating amoeba. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? This boy was only 6. And now there's a warning for people in Texas to not use tap water because, this poor little boy contracted a brain-eating amoeba and died earlier this month. I guess he was playing in a public splash pad and a sprinkler at home. His name is Josiah McIntyre, and he tested positive for Naegleria fowleri in Lake Jackson. He died earlier this month from fighting off an infection called primary amoebic. I'm not going to – this is a huge
I
word.
looked up brain-eating amoeba, and what comes up are just a number of 8-syllable words that I would not try to even attempt right now.
It ends with cephalitis, but there's a lot. Meningoencephalitis.
It's a lot.
It's some terrible stuff. I don't know what is happening, but please, everybody in Texas, and honestly, all surrounding states, be careful. Because it's just like he was just playing in a splash pad and a sprinkler. And now it's just like, come on, 2020. Water?
Man,
I'm terrified of water, ocean water, but now it's just like, yo, I use a Brita filter and everything.
Yeah, we get the bottled water, the jugs we just keep it in the cabinet, keep it in the refrigerator. I haven't really drank tap water since I read this weird ass article about the fluoride that they put in tap water and how it ruins your memory and things of that nature. And it's so I stopped drinking tap water probably back in like 2013 after reading that article. Yeah, and I just was like, nah, I'm good.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell is going on. Speaking of what the hell is going on, somebody get your boys in Atlanta, because apparently there was a Black Lives Matter activist who was caught because he spent about $200K of donations on his house and personal expenses. And it's just like, oh, this is the ammo. This is the ammo that they use. It's just
let me say this.
Stupid people.
It sucks because of the movement that we're in right now, but this is nothing surprising when it comes to like donations and things like that.
Every time.
It's probably a black guy that they caught with it, but this happens all the time in white America too. So I'm not gonna let them shame Black America for this one little thing.
But this was not the cause.
No, it was not. It was not the cause at all, by all means. But this is why I'm very particular with who I give money to. I need to know where the money is going. I hate when these big corporations like, we're going to donate $2 million to the black community. What the fuck does that mean?
What does that even
Where is it
mean?
going? I need addresses to the places that you're sending this money. Now, some of the bigger corporations, like I think Red Cross, Salvation Army, the ones that are like registered non-profit organizations, they have to provide you with all that information.
Right.
It's supposed to be public knowledge. You should be able to just look it up and you can find all that info. But I need to know that. Where the fuck is this money going? Oh, the NBA is dedicated to $5 million to the inner city youth. What the fuck does that mean? Is that going to go to after school programs? Is that going to go for music programs, programs with the arts? Is that going to go into tutoring programs for inner city youth? Is that going to go for the lunch system to help them have better and a more balanced life? I need to know what the hell that means, because that shit right there is, to me, is just fluff. That's like somebody saying, all right, I'm going to do better next time. Well, what you going to do? Without listing out an action, a plan of action and exposing it and letting people hold you accountable for it, that shit don't mean nothing to me. I need to know.
That's true. I don't really like charities like that, because I know that there's just like it's like the most evil people are like disguised in there. It's almost like how if that's how I see, like, if you evil and you go around doing evil stuff, at least you know upfront about it. But the people who are within like charities and nonprofits and churches and stuff, and they basically are taking advantage of the people who want to do good.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's the most disappointing stuff. This guy was named Sir Major Page. Sound like he had silver teeth though. He's 32. He has allegedly misappropriated $200,000 meant for the BLM movement after he solicited donations via Facebook. And I guess he was apprehended and taken into custody and has since been released on bond. But yeah, I guess he is getting, I guess he has that's who snitched on him.
Who snitched on him?
It says FBI agent Matthew DeSorbo said an investigation was launched by Toledo's local FBI in 2019 when a cooperating witness accused Page, whose real name is Tyree Conyers Page. Oh, his name is
he's using a whole different name and all of that?
Right. I guess he's getting fraud. And I guess he founded BLM of Greater Atlanta in 2016. That year alone, he collected over $466K in donations. That is crazy.
It's crazy that, like, you would think that, you know, I don't know. Maybe he had no prior records of this type of behavior or something like that. But there has to be some type of background check set in place anytime you're working with nonprofits, because that just don't seem right. Like that this was his first time. This your first time, and you gonna risk it all over $200,000?
I wouldn't. I would. Guys, do not donate over Facebook groups. It's just not a good idea. You need to, like Tahir said, you need a system of checking exactly where your money's going, because he literally, like you were saying, his ask was very vague. It said Page told people the money would be used for George Floyd. That's
not enough.
What does that mean, for George Floyd? Be specific. Is it for funeral costs? Is it for the family? Is it for, you know, a George Floyd Foundation? It just said for George Floyd, but instead went against his own food, dining, entertainment, clothing, furniture, a home security system, tailored suits. Just
people will finesse it, man. People will finesse it if you give them opportunity to. Listen, man, this is one thing that Farron has always taught me. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If the more questions you ask, the more frustrated the person gets, or the less answers that they have for you, they're probably lying to you.
Yep.
Ask all the questions that you want when it comes down to your money and your health. That goes for everything. Sex too. You finna be with a new partner. Hey, I want to go raw. Let me see your dick. Or let me see your vag. I want to expect it. What? Like, yeah. I want to inspect it, and I still want to see your results. I want to see your STD results. Ain't nothing wrong with that's your health. Take all the precautions you want to. You donating $500 online? Do your research on that company. Don't just say, hey, this is going to go to one of the many black people that have been slain over the course of this year Okay, cool. What other organization are you tied to? Do you have contact with the family? Like, I need to know all of this. This is your money. This is your health. Ask questions. Ask a lot of them.
That's a rule of thumb. So yeah, somebody come get this nigga, cause embarrassmente. What else is a face palm? Oh, Salt Bay. Have you heard about this? Oh
man, is this that video?
Yes.
With the girl.
So Salt Bay, a video went viral of a girl twerking in a restaurant.
Right.
And you pan over it, you see it's a very nice restaurant, and not only are the waiters and the staff recording, it zooms in and it's kind of like, it looks like that Salt Bay guy. You guys remember the Salt Bay, the salt guy. And he's opened a bunch of restaurants, and he has a bunch of steakhouses, and yeah, there's this video that went super viral because this girl was twerking for Salt Bay, and then I guess her boyfriend came in very hot.
Oh yeah, he came in hot.
I mean, listen to this. He said, "The fuck you doing, nigga?" Like, that's a whole small woman. He came in like he was ready to fight. Like, damn, it's just a little ass.
Man,
just
listen.
A little booty shaking in a steakhouse.
There's a time and a place.
Why was he in a hoodie? You're at a steakhouse. Even I know that.
Maybe she was there with her friends, and she asked
he
him
just
to come
walked
pick
past.
her. Yeah, asked him to come pick her up, right? Because he couldn't make it. It was a girls' night out. They went to the steakhouse, and on the way out, Salt Bay was like, "Hey, for the camera time," and she was like, "Okay."
The fact of Salt Bay asking for that.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it happens. It happens to the best of them.
Well, here's the funniest part. That happened and went viral, which must have been awkward for the staff, because it's like, do we let him take her? Like, since that went viral, his restaurant in Boston was shut down.
What?
Yeah. It was shut down because in that clip,
nobody has on a mask.
No COVID-19 regulations. Got him. What he thought was like, hey, I'm going viral again. This is great. Nope. No mask. He didn't have a mask, which is how people recognized him. I want to say they looked into like some other videos and just no mask. You guys got to wear the mask. This shit is not over. It's not over. Just because you're upset and bored of it does not mean it's over. But yeah.
I don't know how they... I don't know, man.
I think they just figured because it was a nice restaurant that they didn't have to do the regulations. Like, the more expensive it is, the more fly everybody is, the mask would bring the ambiance down. So maybe that's how they were thinking.
Listen, bro, like, I don't care what's going on. Long as other people still catching it, I'm still going to be practicing, you know what I'm saying, the proper restrictions, the proper protocol when it comes to that. Like, obviously they have different regulations going on there than they do here, because we're still not doing inside dining. Like, everything that we're doing, if you are going to a dining restaurant, you're doing it outside. They have all the outside seating going. So they obviously have different protocols going on there. A lot of cities are more relaxed than us, a lot more lax than us. However, even with those lax places, like, you're still supposed to have your mask on when you're walking to and from the bathroom, to and from your table, going to the door, or whatever. You're still supposed to have
staff.
Twerking for the staff. You should probably have a mask on right there, like, just to be safe. But, like, I'm not about to do it, bro. I'm not risking it all.
No.
Not for the twerk.
No. And at the end of the day, like, to be perfectly fair, all those videos of Salt Bay going viral with the little salt thing, the dishes never looked like something I would want. No, it was just like raw meat. That was like, like bleeding still, but it's a fancy restaurant, so that's how it should be and all that. But
man, they got to cook it up. I love a good steak, though. Don't get me wrong. I love a good steak, a good lean piece of Kobe, some lamb chops, something like that. I love it. And you don't need a whole lot to season a good piece of of steak or a good slice of lamb. Like really, all you need is some salt and pepper. Mm-hmm. You can do some rosemary with some lamb. That'll help it.
I like rosemary and garlic butter.
Yeah, garlic butter, and you do a little sprinkle of citrus on that lamb. That's gonna bring that flavor right to the top, right there. I promise.
Or them Brazilian steakhouses where they just keep bringing it until you flip the.
You're gonna be constipated. There's too much meat. You can't just put all that meat in your body and think everything gonna be okay. You're gonna be constipated. You're gonna be constipated.
But I do miss the ambiance of a really nice restaurant, like a steakhouse. You know, with the candles and the tablecloths and the menus and all that stuff. But you don't have to wait for COVID to end to throw on something nice. Get you some nice accessories, and just be at the crib. You can just cook at the kitchen and cook at the house and just, dress up, maybe invite a partner over and have like a little one-on-one date and still remind yourself that you still got it, that you're still sharp, right? And that's where Vincero comes in, all right?
Mwah.
You said what?
I want to do that every time you say the name like that.
Vincero. We are actually partnering with Vincero Watches once again. Shout out to them. And, we really enjoy them as a sponsor. As you can see, I am wearing their gold watch. I have not put it down since I got it. I'm a huge fan. And they just create exceptionally crafted watches. And they do it without breaking your bank account. That's huge for me. I've always been into nice watches, but I've never got how like rappers would be like, I got $1 million watch. It's like, that's $1 million?
And they have like they have diamonds all into the point where you can't even tell what time it is.
Yeah,
you're just it no longer has the purpose of a watch.
It's just the stunt. But now you can stunt without breaking the bank thanks to Vincero. The guys on their team, they sent us a couple of watches and they're stunning. It was actually really hard to choose one. Because there was so many options.
Yeah.
And now they're offering you as a listener 20% off your entire order, not just one watch. You can get as many watches as you want, and you will get 20% off of that final price. And they're gonna cover all shipping costs. So all you have to do is go to vincerowatches.com/scary. Now Vincero is a very elegant word. It's spelled like Vince Row, Vincero, vincerowatches.com/scary. And we gonna bump 20% off. You are gonna get yourself a very unique design that you will not find anywhere else for a great price. Go treat yourself. Get you some timepieces. Over 22,000 5-star reviews on their website. And they are, free shipping, free returns for 30 days if you're not feeling it, and a warranty on your watch for up to 2 years. So it's pretty stress-free right there.
Absolutely stress-free. Free shipping be getting me, man. I will like something, because the shipping on some things, it'd be like $19, $25. You'd be like, I ain't doing that. Free shipping, it makes a difference.
Even when shipping is reasonable, like if I was just going to pay like $5, $8, $10, if they offer free shipping, I would probably just buy more things. And the price difference is like, you could have just paid for the shipping. You bought 3 more things. It's like, yeah, but it was free shipping.
It was free shipping. I justify a lot of purchases off of free shipping. I'm not going to hold you.
I like that. Vincero. All right, where's the tube? All right, moving right along in this quest for just what the heck is happening. All right, we got to talk about it.
Let's go.
We got to talk about it.
I'm ready.
In this next story for What the Hell Are You Doing? I hate keep bringing him up, but this nigga Tory Lanez. We have to touch on the fact that I don't know if we did this last week, but just I wake up every day like, this nigga really did that. We were waiting for him to say something. And this nigga dropped a mixtape.
Bro, I don't know what's going on with Buddy. I'll just say this.
And, yeah.
I'll just say this. It's a lot of ways to go about doing things. And I feel like he discovered every possible wrong way to do this. And then he executed it perfectly. Like everything wrong that you could do surrounding the situation, he has done it. And to make this a album release type thing,
play
like
for the money is what kills me.
Bro,
you could have just made it. Because here's the thing. We were already expecting some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so you already had to be like thinking about your approach. You know, it had to have been completely concise, genuine more than anything. And the fact that we were waiting for just a statement and it was just like, well, I'll give you my statement. In these 10 tracks produced by so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, fam. And then the icing.
My thing is, like, if I'm accused of something as serious as shooting a person, I talk to my lawyers, but I want to get a statement out quick. I want to get in front of this before it grows legs and it turns into something that you can never get in front of again. To drop an album around it, and don't get me wrong, I understand that art imitates life, and sometimes people are better at putting things in music than they are in speaker, but you still should have made a statement before you did something like this. This just looks like theatrics. This does not look like, when everything comes to light and, it's all exposed, if it's not in his favor, it's not going to look like he was sincere about it. It's all going to just look like a plot to just make money and make light of the situation. I don't think there's anything light in a situation when you're accused of shooting someone.
Yeah, we at the very least, we thought maybe he wasn't making a statement because he knew he was in the wrong or he felt some type of remorse. So the fact that it's like, okay, now not only did we not hear anything because you were in the studio trying to figure out like a good way to put it in the bars, but on top of all of that, the icing on it was within this project, he basically said he didn't do it. He didn't really even take accountability for it. You waited all this time and dropped a album and didn't really even own up to it. And the thing with me is it's like, okay, now the environment of the internet is weird because now that his statement isn't what Meg said, now people are doubling back and making it seem like, oh, well, did Meg tell the truth? Cedars-Sinai dropped the hospital records to confirm that Meg was telling the truth.
Bro, here's my thing. This is what
I'm
he did.
exhausted.
This is what he did. He made it difficult for people who are fans of him to continue to publicly support him because you didn't take ownership of the situation. You didn't really explain your side of the situation. You tried to profit off of something that you should have just came forward and just spoke on. And you did it in a very sleazy way, bro. Like, you are accused of these are some strong accusations of it. And to come out and do it this way, I just feel like, bro, that it just like
right after the Breonna Taylor hearing.
Yeah,
too.
and then like not only that, like I had already started feeling some type of way about Tory. Like,
yeah.
I love that Jack Harlow song was popping, and I love Tory's verse on it at first, but now I can't even listen to that verse. I can't like, and now like it's like I don't want to hear this project, nigga. I want to hear you say what's going on. Like, you want to put it all in the song, and I got to decipher through these bars of if you did it or if this is just a simile or a metaphor or some shit. Like, no,
and we know he can rap. We know he can rap. We know he can rap, and he makes makes dope beats. It's like if Jay-Z or Kendrick were caught up in some crazy stuff. If they made a project about it, yeah, it might be fire, but it's like that's not the point because it's like, I have not heard it, and I'm not going to. And the reason is this industry works with numbers. So I could not push myself to help to contribute to this project getting big numbers, which would read to the industry like, oh, he got around this. This was okay. You know what I mean? Like he should have been buried, but he did some good numbers, so he's okay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
To the industry, those numbers actually make, like, building up those numbers goes further than just Tory having a successful release, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't imagine how Meg must feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fact that the hospital records are dropping, like, no, she was telling the truth, and people are like, oh, this Tory Lanez shit is kind of fire. It's like, I can't imagine, you know, it's already a very touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like the super messed up culture of like rape culture, and how women are already afraid to come forward. And then sometimes when they do, shit like this happens that, you know, makes it seem like they were lying, or they, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's so sad. It's so sad to see.
I feel like a lot of people are on board this time with being on the right side of a situation like this. And I think a lot of us realize how much we dropped the ball with R. Kelly and that whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to just relive that whole thing. And I know, you know, there's some people like, nah, you got to separate the artist from his actions, and, you know, like, you know, but at the center of it all is like, what's your integrity? Like, you got to have some integrity about everything you do as a person and as an artist. And you have these type of accusations floating around, bro. You need to address that. You don't need to put out a song, my nigga. Like, that ain't like, that's some 90s type shit. Let's put out some music and let's just flood it with that, and we'll be able to silence all that. Motherfucker, do you know how many outlets of entertainment and news they are? Ain't nobody gonna forget about this type of shit. With everything that's going on in the black community, everything that's going on in the black movement, everything going on with Breonna Taylor, and now this comes out and you want to just drop an album and that's your response? Motherfucker, please.
Bro, I literally just sit and think about it sometimes, because it's just like, I really can't believe that that's how this ended. Like, this has been going on for months, and I'm just like, this was never, when he said, I'm gonna finally break my silence 9 p.m. I thought he was gonna go live. I thought he was gonna go live and just do it directly. But when, like, all this stuff coming back to back is really overwhelming me, because it's just like it was a project in itself, and then it's like you hear about him taking shots at not only like Meg but like other people, and it's just like, how did this happen? How did this happen? And
for him to drop this on his mom's birthday, and he said this is also the day she passed, to try to uplift one black woman when you're accused of like assaulting another black woman, it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't seem like something you did in honor.
Yeah.
For your black mother.
It feels disrespectful. It's the way that the whole Kevin Spacey thing, how it came out that he had sex with an underage guy, or
and then he was like, I'm gay.
And then he tried to like, whoa, by the way, guys, I'm gay. It's like, nah, motherfucker, don't try to do that.
You being gay is fine.
That's fine. Nobody's questioning that.
We were talking about the assaults.
Obviously, you're gay if you're sleeping with a man, an underage man. That's not what's in question. What's questioning is your actions and your integrity. And I feel like that's what he tried to do. He tried to bury it with like, yo, my mom died, and this was also her birthday. It's like, nah, bro, that's not it. That's not it. Mm-hmm. Not it at all, bro. So,
no, for real. What was that?
Probably somebody with a trash can. Sound like one of the rolling trash can.
And the thing that gets me, which is why I like it's cutting. It's that release showed you exactly what happened that night. Like, I don't really even need to hear really what happened. Like, that release, obviously, you know, I believe Meg, but like, I'm just saying that the way he released it shows you all the extra stuff that you didn't know, that, you know what I mean? Like, when somebody shows you their colors, that's pretty much it. And the fact that he didn't even have enough awareness to be like, all right, I know I was trying to stick to my mom's birthday as the release, but this Breonna Taylor thing just happened. Like, I'm pretty sure people would forgive me for, you know, dropping it another day, or not at all, maybe. But I just feel like the fact that wasn't even taken into consideration, that the Breonna Taylor case just happened, and it just went left. It's all too much. It's really like all too much. So I beg you guys, please do not stream this project. I don't typically do that for artists that I dislike, but you have to understand that contributing to this project being big, it goes towards a lot more than you think, you know, and it's a lot more poisonous than you think. So,
and I honestly feel like people are getting that because I read something last night that said that he's off to one of his worst releases ever with this, like numbers wise. So people are like bro, like you don't even have the integrity to respond to this, like. It kind of shows just who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. And so now it's like people are like, even if he comes out and he's like, yeah, I didn't do it, and here's this and this and this as evidence, people are still going to be like,
you're an asshole.
Yeah, you're an asshole, and you could have provided this a long time ago if you had this information. So now, like, people are left to speculate on their own. Like, bro didn't even really address it. Like, you just made a song about it. Nah, I'm good, bro.
Big prayers out to Meg because I couldn't imagine how that must feel. And the big thing for me is it's like, there's always people in the comments that are like, well, we don't know what happened. There's two sides of every story, blah, 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 blah. If you are one of those people who clings to logic and is still like, we don't really know what happened, who would you rather be wrong about? You know what I mean? Like, it's so much worse to ride with Tory and be wrong about Tory than it is for Meg. You know what I mean? Because if there was some wild hoax and it came out that Meg wasn't telling the truth, I would much rather be on Meg's side and find that out than to find out that you were riding with Tory and Meg was telling the truth. So it's just like, really think about that before you go into the whole like, oh, we don't really know what happened. It's like, it doesn't matter, you know. You just be on the side that makes the most sense, and that's right. This whole thing is.
I always think about that. I saw this quote like years ago, and I've always thought about that. It's like, I'd rather live like there is a heaven and get there. I'd rather live like there is a God, and die, find out there isn't, than live like there isn't, and then die and go to hell. It's like, that's like, I always think about that quote, man. I always calls to carpet my character in those situations when nobody is looking. Like that's what really matters. What you do in situations when no one is looking, when you think you can get away with it. That's really what your character is about. Your integrity is about. So
yeah. I feel that 110%. All right, let's end on some good stories. Definitely just wanted to get that out the way. This one is a lot lighter. It's still in the what the hell are you doing category, because did you see Lil Bow Wow's little photo shoot?
Oh yeah.
With the leg out, fresh out the bath. This is Tahir vibes. 110%. I don't know why Bow Wow.
I would have my leg crossed. I would have on some boxers, and I would have a glass of wine and a smoking pipe. But I would have I wouldn't be like that. He's sitting like, and y'all know I'm the baddest bitch. Like, that's that pose right there. I wouldn't be like that.
With the wine too. I don't know why. I don't know why Bow Wow just keep doing stuff that's just like make people be like, oh yeah, Bow Wow, hilarious. That's funny. He did like a video that's just like, man, I love myself.
Did you see that one video? They changed the song of the girls dancing, and everybody they changed it like 3 times to like a Bow Wow song. It's on I want to say Shade Room or Hollywood Online, but it's like 8 girls dancing, and damn it, I'm gonna mess it up.
Seems like you already did.
Well, you know, I'm not at the top of my game today.
Women, watch who you date. I just need to. I should probably just open the show every week with that. But there was a dude who was just sentenced to prison for using drones to drop bombs near his ex-girlfriend's house. This is a Pennsylvania man, which you don't hear about a lot. He used the drone to drop bombs near his ex-girlfriend's house and has been sentenced to only 5 years in federal prison, which seems a little low for attempted blow up. His name is Jason Musicato. Thank God. Sounds white. 45. Caught after investigators received reports of several small explosions occurring in the town of Bangor. appropriate. After obtaining a warrant and to search Muzzicado's home, investigators discovered an arsenal of weapons and ammunition. He was unable to use those weapons because his ex-girlfriend filed an order of protection against him. So he was like, I can't get close enough with this gun. Let me send Wally. Although he said, although he denied controlling the drone, Muzzicato has pleaded guilty in court last December on 2 counts of weapon possession and 1 count of flying an unregistered aircraft. So he was really dropping bombs on him.
I wonder these like homemade bombs, not obviously probably not pipe bombs, but like maybe
homemade. What you go?
Well, I mean, it's like
Home Depot, professionally made.
I mean, like I guess when I think homemade, I think about pipe bombs. So I'm like, I guess he wouldn't be flying a drone with a pipe bomb. Is this like a Molotov cocktail type joint or like
a bottle?
Yeah,
I think they were in packages.
Oh wow!
So they were like wrapped up because I mean you can't just look like a bomb. Like they weren't carrying those big black balls with the rope on it, the wig, the cartoon bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah. Also, go home after this.
What's on?
Go home after this.
Nah,
the chat snitched on you. I feel like when I was gone, you were talking about how you don't feel well. Let's just do lunchtime lottery a different day.
Nah.
Just do it a different day. We're done.
Nah. I'm here already.
Nah, we're going to do it another. We're going to do it another day. Thank you, Scary Squad. Thank you for telling me. It's the show we're doing is about eating food. Strange food.
Yeah, let's get it going. Let's get it going.
Makes no sense. We're not going to do it. All right, let's go for one more, one and done. Let's leave on an uplifting note.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to Stack Nation for supplying this. The next time you use any navigation device or software like Google Maps, you can thank Dr. Gladys West, the inventor of GPS technology.
Oh, snap. Yeah, the black lady, right?
Black woman.
Yeah.
Look her up. Dr. Gladys West is the reason why I get to places.
Mm-hmm.
Without getting lost or killed. So
she's definitely a Gladys. Bless her heart.
Might be the last Gladys ever.
Mm-hmm.
I have never met a person named Gladys ever
Technology
in my entire life.
Come so far. I remember when I first got the iPhone. I think it might have been the iPhone 2, and you couldn't use the GPS while you were on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you talk to somebody, you can't like talk to them and like kind of like find your way. They would either have to guide you or the GPS would guide you. And it didn't reroute fast enough. Like it was trash before.
I can't
thankful.
Yeah, I can't believe MapQuest was a thing.
MapQuest was there. I was printing out when I used to drive back and forth to Atlanta from St. Louis.
Ugh.
I used to print out MapQuest.
Was that like what? Like a yellow pages? How big was it?
No, it was just like a couple sheets of paper. It was like, 6 pages.
To get from St. Louis to Atlanta?
Yeah, because it would have the directions on it. Then it would also have the printout of like a map, so you can actually see where you're supposed to go. Like if you were looking at an atlas.
But yeah, don't they break it down? Because that's how they got so thick. It would be like turn left out of your driveway, then like head down for 8 miles, then turn right on New York Street. Then you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Literally
No, it was only like 6 pages though.
Turn by turn. Damn.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
The Scary Squad agrees that you're fired. You're fired for today. I think that's really what we can call it. I think we fire Tahir, force him to go home.
You dirty bastards.
And get some rest.
Turn your back on me.
And the food that we got was soup. Look how that works out.
That's perfect. So we can just knock it out.
Thank you guys so much for another juicy episode of Damn Internet You Scary. This was a good one. This is actually my favorite episode in a while. Scary Squad, as always, appreciate you for pulling up, supplying the comments, the song genres, the laughs, all of that stuff. You continue to make this machine run. Make sure everybody else sign up for our Patreon so you get early episodes and extra content as well. We are starting to do more chit chat and serials. We are making the murder mysteries return as well, and other stuff TBA to be announced.
Yeah, that's what's up.
This guy gotta go lay down. I will see you. All right, we will see you next week. I've been your host, Patrick Cloud.
And I'm to hear more.
Later.
Peace.
I mine.